Evaluating unknown coefficients using the factor theorem. So we have here, let me zoom it in. We have this expression, x cubed minus 2x squared plus px plus q is divisible by x squared plus x minus 2. And they said to evaluate the values of the constant p and q. So they want to know what is the exact value for p and q. Now, since this expression is divisible by that expression here, right, this quadratic, the remainder is 0. So the first thing we're going to do is put this quadratic equal to 0 and factorize and solve for x. So we need two numbers when we add or subtract, we get +1. You can check out my factorization video to get a deeper sense of what I'm doing here. Because 2 minus 1 is equal to the coefficient of x, which is 1. So that's why I put 2x minus 1x is equal to plus 1x. So this question, I have not changed the question at all. All right, so we have x minus 1 and x plus 2, both equal to 0. So when x minus 1 equals to 0, x is equal to 1. I like to say x1 is equal to 1. And x plus 2 equals to 0. x2 is equal to -2. It just simply means the first x is equal to 1, the second x is equal to -2. All right, now we have to substitute. We're going to substitute x equals 1 into this, right? I have to name this equation. So let me name it, not p. Let me name it t of x. The reason why I didn't name it p of x, because you have to find for p in it. So there's a little conflict there. So t of x is equal to this. When x1 is equal to 1, let's substitute. So t of 1 right, I got better there. So we have 1 minus 2 plus p and plus q, that is equal to 0. So p plus q minus 1 is equal to 0 is equal to 1. This here is equation 1, right? This here is equation 1. Remember, because it's divisible by, we put it equal to 0, right? Because at the end of the day, if we knew the value for p and q, if we put it in this equation, it's supposed to equal to 0. So p plus q minus 1 equals 0, because 1 minus 2 is equal to -1. P plus q is equal to 1. This is equation 1. We're going to do the same thing for x2, which is equal to -2. We're going to substitute t of -2. All right, use your calculators. -2's cube is -8. Right, -2 squared is equal to 8. -2 squared is equal to 4, and 4 multiplied by -2 is equal to -8 as well. I jumped the gun in my mind there. When you're multiplying two different signs as a minus, you put 2p plus q, that is equal to 0. So we have -2p plus q is equal, let me don't skip a step, minus 16 is equal to 0. Negative 2p plus q is equal to 16. This is equation 2. So we have equation 1 and we have equation 2. Where there are two unknowns, we must have two equations, right? If you're doing linear equations only have one unknown. So it's one equation you have to solve. Simultaneous equation, if we're, let's say, using elimination method, you have two unknowns. So this is what we're going to deal with right now. So I'm going to put label my equations. You can check out my simultaneous equation video as well. Whatever number here, we multiply by equation 1. Whatever number in front of this p, or the coefficient of p in equation 1, we multiply equation 2 by it. So this is equation 3. This is equation 4. Continuing, we always minus. So these two terms will cancel out. We have negative 2p, negative 2q, sorry, minus positive 1q, or plus q, is equal to negative 2 minus, we have 16 here. So when you're multiplying different signs, it's a minus. So we have 2q minus q is equal to negative 2 minus 16 is negative 18. So we have negative 3q is equal to negative 18. Q is equal to negative 18 over negative 3. When you divide in same signs as a positive, 3 into 18 is 6. This is equation 5. Now we have to put q equals 6 into equation 3. You can put it in equation 1, equation 2, equation 4. You should get the same answer. For consistency's sake, if you're looking for a format, I like to always put it in equation 3. All right, so I write down my equation 3 first, which is this here, negative 2p minus 2q. And then I'm going to substitute wherever I see q, I'm going to put 6. So I have negative 2q, which means negative 2 times q. So if 6 equals q, will be negative 2 times 6. Bracket means multiplication. This is equation 6. So negative 2p is equal to negative 2 plus 12, and that is equal to 10. So p is equal to 10 divided by negative 2. So since we want to get 1 here, we divide both sides by 2 right here. Negative, we have 10 over negative 2, which is equal to negative 5. Because of space, I kind of did the working a little differently. So, and then we quote our find, we just state our answer. Therefore, p is equal to negative 5 and q is equal to 6. So this question here is long. It's not difficult. If we have to recap, right, we have to factorize. We put this equals to 0 because it's divisible by. We factorize. We get our both x values. We substitute it into this Well, I named the equation, so this expression became an equation. When I named it, so we substitute x1 and x2 into this equation here, so we can get our two equations, so we can solve for the two unknowns, two equation, two unknowns. Then we come to simultaneous equation here. We follow the steps of elimination method. You can check out my simultaneous equation video, and you will get P is equal to -5 and Q is equal to 6. So that's it for evaluating unknown coefficients using the factor theorem.